It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. You know, I could start the show with that song every day.
I know. That's by far my favorite Jackson 5 song. But it's just like, how does a little kid have that much heartbreak? Like, how does he understand heartbreak?
Because he wasn't new to this world. He's came in and suffered in this world for everybody. And that's why he needed to be surrounded by children and a very fun monkey named Bubbles. Michael's was so hot, a Pepsi blew up in his face, caught him on fire. Michael Jackson. Little Michael Jackson.
Baby Michael is just otherworldly.
He's had shoulders. You let Michael say whatever he wants to say.
Look how his shoulders.
We're about to do the Year in Comedy Awards. We'll make those announcements a little bit. Vito was telling me that he couldn't sleep at all last night. He was so excited about it.
Vito, you're so worked up.
I've been waiting to see who wins all of these awards.
Did you shave this morning?
You have to shave every day?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Either that or you got Bob's Burger face right now, my friend. I don't know why I love you, but I do. All right, Chris told us that there's a blizzard coming Saturday, so we laughed in his fat face. And that has got... Yeah. Now, I see they're trying to move something in for tonight. They're calling, I believe, the cyclone bomb. The winter cyclone bomb.
Why did they throw a bomb in on it? I think that's a little fucking alarming.
I think it's short for bomb diggity.
That's much cooler.
They didn't want to just write bomb diggity.
Yeah. I thought it's bomb understood.
So, word to your mom, it's a winter bomb. It's all happening.
Now, what is a cyclone bomb?
Oh, it's one of the like a cyclone is bad and a bomb is bad.
Sure.
But a cyclone bomb?
There's no surviving that.
No.
That's what it sounds like.
Wait, hold on. You're telling us
You gotta
we're not going to
remember,
survive, Chris?
You're on the radio. You can't fucking do those kind of jokes.
Okay.
Somebody could just be tuning in now. This is what happened.
Dear God, help us
Orson
all.
Welles. They haven't forgiven Orson Welles yet. All right, they're calling it the bomb cyclone. It's about to make your life a frozen hell, says the New York Post. The fancy name for a winter hurricane, also known as a bomb cyclone, will make the recent bone-chilling weather seem quaint. As snow starts falling across the 5 boroughs, beginning at midnight and lasting till 8 or 9 p.m. Thursday.
What?
It will be an all-day event.
Jesus.
These are whiteout conditions. Train and bus lines will likely be affected. People are going to want to check ahead. It's not going to be very pleasant tomorrow. Bomb cyclone.
Concerned about this bomb site. Now, Chris, why didn't you say that? Why did you make up this storm on Saturday?
I didn't make up a storm. I just got some slightly off information from the Daily Mail, but I'll say they were correct in some...
Oh, that's crazy. You can't fucking just
No, you
say it
can't act
happened.
like you predicted the bomb
Look,
cyclone.
It's like if I said this weekend the Vikings are going to rout, right? And then the Kansas City Chiefs rout. I can't go. I was right about the rout. So give me a half.
Trying to hold on to something here.
You can't, dude.
No.
I want you in 2018 to be honest, all right?
All right.
Be honest. You and fucking Vito are wearing the same exact shirts today.
God damn it.
So it's very hard for me to see.
Chris. I feel like you must have got some Christmas presents that were for winter wear because I've never felt you look more.
His girlfriend shopping for him,
Yeah,
man.
like
I
you
got
had
you a
like
hat.
you had a
That's nice.
hat, you had like an actual proper coat.
I got a hat that's not from 7-Eleven or...
But that's
Dwayne
your
Reed.
first non-dad shirt in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
You
I mean,
look-
it's like a
and
nice
you look
shirt.
great.
Thank you.
What do you
We
call
paid
it?
it we paid it the dad shirt.
It's like an undershirt, but you're wearing it as your only shirt.
It's
kind
like a
of thing.
Henley, I think it's what it's
A
called.
Henley, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
It's
motherfuckers
really
wear the Henley.
stylish. Slick back hair with a Henley.
Yeah.
It's looking cool.
She's getting them together in the morning. It's fucking nice.
That's good.
Mr. 775 has got everything fucking happening. That's his nickname.
I got a lot of nicknames.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah, but
just
what's
give
the
this
meaning
one
of
hint.
that one?
Well, I'll just give you a hint. Thousands.
I don't know if any hints or anything needs to be said.
I told that to Eastside Dave and was it Roy Schaefer yesterday?
Roy Schaefer.
And
Yeah.
Chris had 775,000. Fucking Dave was yelling, you know how many fucking times I bought that fucker Yankee tickets?
What?
And now I don't hear from him. Now that he's holding 775. And this is what I was doing.
Yeah.
I know, man.
First of all, the Yankees tickets,
770.
he never bought them. He got them from his
I don't want to
parents.
hear the fucking details, man. Share a little bit with your buddies.
I'm calling him a liar. is
They would
what I'm
love to
saying.
fucking go out.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
I mean, he does take good care of you
When? When did he take
when
good care
he
of?
had money.
When did he ever get any cash?
He had apparently plenty. And he fucking just rained it upon you.
Bullshit.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we put Chris's fucking problems behind us. We go into the Comedy Awards. This is what Vito has been super excited about.
These are going to be the best comedy awards of all
You
time.
love an award. I didn't even know that until recently.
I love an award. I love an award. I love an award special. I love a nomination ceremony. I love everything that goes with it.
He likes pomp and circumstance.
Oh,
This
fuck
guy.
You know what? Sunday night is Golden Globes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know that yet.
It is?
Yeah, these Globes are, that fast.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on, dude? It's the same. If you check, it's the same fucking
Why
day.
are you taking it out on Ron? Come on, Ron. What are you doing? to
Dude,
me?
he's been fucking hard on me in 2018. I haven't caught a break with this prick.
Let's push it back a little
He's
bit.
just like, fuck you, man. It's
Well,
not the
Chris-
Gold Globes.
You're up for fucking best dressed man in 2018.
I mean, he really does look sharp.
I'm feeling it.
Every girl crazy about a sharp dressed man. It's very, very exciting, Toma. Very, very exciting to announce this pomp and circumstances that we're going to be doing. But I just feel like I got to burn some of this stuff out with Chris before I get into it.
Yeah.
'Cause
What's
he
going
comes
on?
in too hot. Wanting half a fucking credit
I'm
for
worked
being
up.
off for weather by 4 days.
I'm just worked up because I did throw out that there is a blizzard a coming.
Yeah, but you never said the phrase bomb cyclone, and you never said Thursday.
Dude, and that's just like saying there's a train coming. It doesn't fucking give you the benefit.
It's winter. Of course it's coming eventually.
Man,
Equator gravity pulled all the snow bombs here.
Look, we found out that we should launch ships from the equator.
ships now?
Rocket ships. I was just some slang.
Naval fleet.
What is this, 1958? Sir, the rocket ship is ready to launch. Yes, it's a ship made of rockets.
We attach these rockets to a ship.
I'm going to go do Compound Media today. Our theme today is bad stuff about blacks, Jews, women, and gays.
Oh no. It's a heavy topic.
Long list.
God, depressing. Very depressing. This is why I end up hanging out with Carl Ruiz all the time, you know what I mean? Because we're just talking food and having fun.
Yeah.
I had to get some food dropped off for you because I've been getting some from his restaurant. It's fucking great.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, he's got great food. He should be very proud of himself. And now that, that we can't get donkey sauce in the fucking city anymore.
It's really
I
sad.
miss it. I got a taste for it.
You got a taste for donkey sauce?
Yeah, and I miss it now. Like, I didn't appreciate it when it was here, and now it's gone. I feel like a dick.
You are a dick, dude. That has
Donkey dick.
Nothing to do with that. Yeah. Nice thick donkey dick. That's you. All right, you guys ready to get the Comedy Awards started?
I am. I mean, look at how excited Vito is.
Vito's the only one who wore tux, and I appreciate it, Vito.
Dressing formal.
Good.
He's juiced up right now.
I'm rocking.
What about this nice undershirt? It looks so nice and clean.
That shirt is called a daughter beater. It's not even a wife beater. Oh,
Somehow
guys,
that's
going into
what's
the
worse.
cough. I wonder how much phlegm he expels during one show.
No.
Oh, you don't want to know. It's basically like I'm just.
Nope. You
Never
don't need to describe it. Whatever it is.
Play your opening, Chris.
Well, it's actually just individual openings for every award.
So he's telling me, I've got all this audio. I go, what do you have in an opening? Why was I wrong to assume?
Yeah, I know you were not.
Tomorrow's Don Rickles' Life in Comedy, right?
That's 2 days from now. Don Rickles' Life in Comedy, 2 p.m. Friday.
I'd like to move it up for the fucking bomb site clone.
No, that's going to be right in the thick of the bomb cyclone is Don Rickles.
I had the Weather Channel on. I'm just watching it, and the weather guy's just crying. He's not even fucking saying anything.
Come on, keep it together, man.
He's got his hands on his desk.
No.
And he's just crying.
We look to that guy in this type
Yeah, I
of
know.
situation.
I think the only thing we could hear him say under his breath is, "We should have listened. We should have listened."
Trump is in his plane now, just heading, they said, south and then west. Because Savannah, Georgia, this week is supposed to get the largest storm they've ever had.
Really?
In their life, yeah. That city ain't set up for fucking snow blizzards, snow cyclones.
I mean, it's across the board, too. It's like the lowest temperatures for everybody. I mean, even Florida is like...
I talked to a friend of mine in Tampa the other day. It was 60.
Yeah, that's... They don't know what that is.
They said there was massive nosebleeds. They said 40% of the people in Tampa, their nose was bleeding. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, 40% of the people viewing this are suffering nosebleeds.
Good God.
There's been a run on Kleenex.
This isn't a sign for a bomb cyclone, is it?
Yeah. Can we use the opening from the special?
Yeah, maybe that.
So we have some kind of an opening to this. I mean, we should be celebrating today, Chris. It's
I
the
understand.
awards.
I know it's a fun day.
Vito dressed up.
Vito, do you have the opening to the?
He's looking.
I'm grabbing it right now.
Good.
Vito.
Why do you say Vito? You just trying to put fucking pressure on him?
Yep.
Since you didn't have an opening? Look at Vito. Look at Vito. I got $775,000. I told those guys you were going through it quick, too.
Jesus Christ.
Jack, DC.
Hey, Ron and Gail, real quick. I'm sorry, I was on speaker there. The opening, I don't know why I love you. Whose version of that cover do you prefer, Jackson 5 or Stones?
It's really not even close for me. It's little Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because you just can't even believe that this kid is doing it.
Yeah, I understand. Keith's guitar and that is sweet. I actually prefer Stevie Wonder's. They all bring their own
Stevie Wonder's does nothing for me, to tell you the truth.
I had this argument with someone once. It got quite heated over this very conversation. He was taking the Stevie Wonder version over the Jackson 5 version, and I feel like Michael Jackson has more heart when he sings it.
Stevie Wonder, and I don't mean this as an insult, but it's going to sound that way. He has that John Legend thing of, there's a beautiful tone.
Right.
But is there any soul to that tone at all?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of heartache in his voice on that. And his mother actually has the writing credit.
You know what it sounds like to me? Ribbon in the sky for your love. I just called. Hey, everybody. It's fucking cocktail music to me. No, little Michael Jackson, 100%. I've actually even just dug in deep. But I'm going to listen to all three versions tonight. Now I'm going to have to go back over it. Well, Chris, I see that you're just reckless over there. Your hands are going every which way. You're sipping and stuff. But no, now because we didn't jump into it earlier, I'm stuck into this music thing.
Uh-huh.
I love to fight over who does what better versions of what songs.
Yeah. That was one that I had a very heated argument about. That got more tense than you would think. Because I said the same thing. I felt like there was a little bit that I feel like, even though it was the original version, Stevie Wonder's version, is almost gutless compared to Baby Michael's voice. Who he sounds like he's having his heart ripped out of his chest. I don't even know how a child can tap into true heartbreak like that.
Well, he said because his monkey Bubbles had ringworm, and he was going through a lot. But, I've been saying, we've got to be getting close to the end of GPS. I mean, there's a finite amount of scenes.
Yeah.
And maybe we could do some kind of cover song battle where you fucking play 2 or even 3 songs.
I like that.
In a row. Or would that be driving people crazy listening?
You know what? I would be interested to know, because that wouldn't drive me crazy. Because if I'm in the mood to listen to a song, usually I'll listen to it twice in a row anyway.
Yeah.
Like if it's a song I've been thinking about all day and I'm like, oh, I just want to hear that song, easily 2-3 times I'll listen to it in a row.
I get into this thing now of artists that sound similar. And then I thought, if those two bands would have just come together, how many hits would they have had between, 1981 and 1987? All right, let's get into the Comedy Awards.
Bennington Show proudly presents the Interrobang.com's 2017 Year-End Awards. End the year with comedy's greatest moments. This is your chance to vote at theinterrobang.com for Comedian of the Year, Comedy Special of the Year, Comedy Movie of the Year, and so many more. Live from the SiriusXM studios in the heart of New York City. Here are your hosts for this year's awards, Ron and Gail Bennington.
Thank you, everybody. It's great to be back here at the Comedy Awards.
This is so lovely. So many beautiful faces here tonight.
And each of them look like Vito. Right, Chris?
What? No, look like me.
Please, I'm doing the funny roasty thing up front. It's not a debate.
I see Chris Stanley's here.
I was with Big A yesterday, and I saw him putting somebody down. Who's the guy, the Mets fan that always hangs out there?
Bobo?
Yeah. So Bobo said something, and Big A said something like, yeah, right, Bobo, every day. And then I got into a big laugh over that. Okay, I think we should start this off. I'm going to just do the best viral award. Is that the first one?
That's up first, yes.
Let's do it.
The award for Viral Video of the Year goes to...
Well, I should have just said that last year, if everybody remembered, it was the Hung Girls.
I missed that. God, 2016 was great.
I know, man. 2017 ate dick, but 2016, we were flying. Hey, I noticed that Vito's taking his mom to the prom. So I don't know if we can beat that. All of us thought that the dancing gorilla was going to win this.
100%.
Going away. Second place.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah. We have there's no way that we can say the way the voting goes. I wish that we could.
Oh my God. I really thought that.
I'm shocked by this. The best viral video. Play it again. I can do it properly.
The award for Viral Video of the Year goes to...
Wawa Hoagies. Was that one of yours, Vito?
Yes, I love that video.
It wasn't even my favorite Philly accent award.
You would have picked Titanic?
Yes.
Yeah, Titanic.
Going away. My thing with this, it just seems like a regular commercial to me. It just seems too standard. All right, so viral video of the year. Even though I am surprised, I'm okay with it.
I'm very comfortable with that, especially after re-listening.
Yeah, it's better than I even remembered. All right, it's on to Best Comedy Series. I'm going to give you a little history of where we have been with this over the years. 2014, Last Week Tonight won. 2015, The Jim Gaffigan Show. 2016, Baskets.
Oh, nice.
So, those are all solid shows.
Very good.
All solid shows. But let's check on this year.
Comedy TV Show of the Year goes to
Better Things.
Yeah! I love it. It was such a great season. Well deserved.
This is what's interesting here. That was an Unmasked this year, but the runner-ups, Vice Principals and Jim Jeffries shows, were also Unmasked this year.
Nice.
So I have a...
Covering the waterfront there.
Yeah. I think either we're doing a good job with Unmasked, or every time we do an Unmasked, it really makes people think I should vote for that show. I mean, wow, hoagies.
I know, it's stuck in my head now.
Better Things. And that'll be interesting to see what they do season 3 there, too.
Yes.
How do you top it?
I know that. I mean, season 1 was really such a breakout series.
Yeah, I didn't think season 2 could be better than it was.
It really was.
Is this book Fire and Fury, where Bannon's also saying a lot of mean shit?
I believe, yeah, that's the book.
Yeah.
Because I read the last book that was about Bannon. I thought it was really, really fun.
That came out over the summer.
Thank you for that update.
Vito has TV facts, I have book facts.
Really?
Yeah.
You have book facts?
Coming out over the summer is not a fucking fact. It's a waste of time.
It was HarperCollins, Ron.
He doesn't know those facts.
We're about to jump into now Best Comedy Movie, and I'll give you what we've done in the past. 2014, Grand Budapest Hotel. 2015, Trainwreck.
Nice.
2016, Deadpool.
the award for Comedy Movie of the Year goes to
Gilbert, A Gilbert Godfrey Story.
Yeah! Woo!
Second and third place went to Big Sick and Disaster Artist. I kind of thought Big Sick was going to win this one.
Yeah, it was a big comedy movie this year, but I think that's an awesome upset.
It is an upset because I don't know who got to see this.
I know, it was a limited release.
Big Sick was everywhere. I still haven't seen the Disaster Artist yet. You, Chris?
I have not seen it, no.
You haven't seen a lot of movies this year.
I haven't. I feel like I'm going to really catch up between the Golden Globes and the Oscars, though.
I feel like you and I'm going to cash you outside.
How about that?
I think we'll see the Fam Thread this weekend.
Oh, all right. So Bannon said the Russia probe is all about money laundering.
Holy shit.
You remember who brought that up? Me? Because I go, the amount of money that runs through New York on those fucking apartments.
It is weird. You're talking like the empty apartments.
Empty apartments are always money laundering.
What is that? What is that about? Where you just look at a building and just see like dark windows, like.
Well, you can. They buy the apartments. The money goes up. They sell it, and they get fucking fresh new money in there.
Mm-hmm.
Not their old fucking Coke money. They eating wild hoagies. I've stepped on you so many times today, Vito. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My friend works in real estate accounting.
Great.
And he told me that you're 100% right. They use it for laundering, and also, since a lot of those rooms don't go touched at all, they just store money in a lot of them too.
I feel like breaking into apartments.
That sounds like a really good heist movie.
We robbed an empty apartment that was filled with $50 million. Well, you can't put this money in the bank.
Right. Where are you going to physically put it? In New York City. Storage
is tight. In when I was down in Miami during the whole fucking cocaine cowboys thing, they had so much cash, they would just buy houses and load it with fucking cash.
Jesus.
Having no idea what to do with it.
Holy shit.
It would just be that money that's inside plastic that they fucking just...
Vacuum sealed cash?
Yeah. All right, this is a comedy book of the year. And Chris is our book guy, as you know. He reads every book.
He's got all the book facts.
I'm a book man.
2014, Joan Rivers, Diary of a Mad Diva. 2015, Colin Quinn, The Coloring Book.
Love that book.
Doug Stanhope was 2016, Digging Up Mother. These are all very, very strong books. let's see where we are for this year.
The award for Best Books Authored by Comedians goes to...
This is not fame from what I remember, Doug Stanhope.
Wow. 2
Wow.
years in a row.
2 years in a row.
First time ever.
That's huge.
First time ever.
Chris, add this to your book facts.
That's it. That's going in there. All right.
He kept the belt.
Wow.
Pretty exciting. But you know, he's a real tell all the story guy. You know what I mean? A lot of people just like, I know this dude. You know what I mean? Let's just say there was a big person in the world of movie producing. And Stanhope just says who it is.
He names names.
Thanks. That's a better way of putting it, Chris. He names names. Your summaries have been wonderful today. Don't go through any of that money without getting a hold of Eastside Dave. He spent a lot of money on you.
Look at all those tickets.
Hey, Foyt, you're on the Bennington Show.
Hey, gang. I was wondering what your opinion is of Flight of the Conchords. You know, that show.
From 10 years ago? Wonderful.
Was it nominated?
No. It's
Yeah, you mean the... I'm sorry.
yeah, it's a wonderful show.
All right.
All right. See ya.
It's really good. I like
New
it.
Zealand.
Another show I love Lucy. That's redundant. Now, to me, this is one of the best awards, the Comedy Album Award, because you just got to make it on jokes. It isn't like a special where you can have something flashy.
Right.
You're listening. If you're here on Raw Dog, you've listened to a lot of the comedy albums, clips. And if it ain't no good, you punch out. You punch out fast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot faster than you do with a song. So let's go over this over the years. 2014, Big J. Okerson, the Crowdwork series. 2015, Jay Moore, Happy and a Lot. 2016, Rich Voss, Roman numeral 5.
That was a big one.
These
a big
are
win.
all great.
The award for Best Comedy Album goes to...
You Let Me Down, Joe DeRosa.
Wow! Way to go, Joe DeRosa. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Joe DeRosa.
That's a big win.
Now, Chris, you tell me there's some mix-up here, huh?
Yeah, the next category we'll be going to is Best Late Night Host. Best Late Night Host of 2017. And then we'll go to the last two categories.
Categories?
They could be categories.
All right, let's just do it.
The award for Best Late Night Television Host goes to...
John Oliver.
Wow.
Nice.
The runner-up was my favorite, Jim Jeffries.
That was the one that you said was really tight between the two for a while.
Yes, very, very tight. So I'm quite disappointed. I'm rocked to my core over this, as a matter of fact. And I may have to recuse myself. I don't even think it's close. They're both foreigners, but I think Jeffries brings a much fresher show.
Maybe.
So I'm going to take this award and break it.
Maybe in the future we should separate late night categories into foreigner and not foreigner. Because there's a lot of foreign late night
Yeah,
people.
there's only foreigners.
Like Samantha Bee's Canadian. James Corden.
James Corden is English. You've got Trevor Noah is South African.
Yeah.
Jim Jeffries is Australian. John Oliver and Jimmy Fallon is from upstate New York.
Right.
Socrates to be very, very close to Woodstock, but it's not. and Colbert has a small ear.
Creepy.
So,
Colbert's actually a Southerner, which is another lying thing about him. He doesn't act Southern at all.
He doesn't really.
He's like a North Carolina guy.
He seems like maybe, yeah. He doesn't have. He
seems like
Southern-
North Jersey, where he's living now.
Yeah.
It seems like he really got himself like, I want to work in this city, but not live here.
I couldn't imagine.
I keep my children in the suburbs, in a private school in the suburbs. So I don't know if we're going on with this. I took the Jeffries thing a lot harder than I thought I would.
I know.
I almost cried.
I mean, he actually said rock to his core.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is shattered inside. I've been pretty fragile since I co-hosted with Anthony yesterday and saw that he wasn't that shaken up that his mom passed away. Best comedy special. This is, let's go back through the years. These are all great ones. 2014, Jim Jeffries, the man who should have won this year. 2015, Jim Norton, or as Chris calls him, Norden. 2016, a man I haven't heard from in quite some time, Barry Crimmins.
Aw, Barry.
And a lot of good specials this year. As a matter of fact, they actually said there was more specials this year than days of the year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, isn't that sick? At a certain point, you're like, there's a sickness going on. Hit it, Chris.
The award for Comedy Special of the Year goes to...
Wait, I don't think I was supposed to do that now, because you got me all fucked up with that late night thing. No, I think I was supposed to do it. Play it again.
The award for Comedy Special of the Year goes to...
Judah Freelander.
Yeah! Woo! Such a fantastic special. Very well deserved.
And second place, there was a tie, Jim Norton and Dave Chappelle.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Now on to the big award, the stand-up comedian of the year. And I noticed something that happens here a lot is the special of the year and stand-up comedian of the year always break in two different directions.
Yeah.
Just like director and best picture have been doing in the Oscars. So let's go over this. 2014, comedian of the year, Bill Burr. 2015, Nate Bargatze. 2016, Jim Jeffries. Those are all great winners.
Yeah.
Let's go for this year.
The award for Stand-Up Comedian of the Year goes to...
Judah Freelander.
Yeah! Yeah, Judah. He had a great year.
Yeah. Norton finished second, and Ari Shafir finished third, and neither of them tweeted. Would have been very helpful. Would have tweeted. Well, congratulations to all the winners. Here's to the winners. You won a comedy award. Look at all these winners with their comedy awards. Win! Win! You all went out to win, and that's why you have your comedy award. Win! Well, that was amazing. Ryan, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I just want to say about the apartment deal is I took my family up to the Four Seasons in Toronto last year.
Sweet.
basically, I think the Chinese own all the buildings there. But what they'll do is they also have apartments, but they'll buy these apartments at the Four Seasons and then put their $1 million pieces of art inside the apartment so that you have the security to watch over the art as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you're right about that. Art is another place that they put that kind of money in, too.
Yeah.
Because you can, no one's going to say, hey, I'm going to check into where this money for this painting came from.
Right.
They just go, thank you.
New Year's resolution. More milk on ice cream.
All right.
Oh, milk and ice cream guy.
Either that or just wait 2 minutes and it becomes nice and milky right there. Just have, I'll just say this. I like to call it, you know how you'll say, like, I need this soup to cool down?
Mm-hmm.
I say, I need this ice cream to warm down. As to the winners. Just got my tux all open at the counter.
And they're all forced to stand there holding their awards while you work down the line.
There's Judah Freelander. His hands are filled with comedy awards.
Seems like he's just making this up as he goes.
Back-to-back winner, Doug Stanhope, your book awards. Doug Stanhope is becoming a man of letters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a very sophisticated role to have comedy book 2 years in a row.
He's our Oscar Wilde for this 2018, the dismal year of death.
Wait, what?
That's what they're calling it. That's what the Chinese.
Wow.
Last year was the year of the rabbit. This year's the dismal year of death. God, Chris.
I know. I'm getting a chest X-ray soon. See what's in there.
I know what's in
cigarette smoke. It's what it is.
Smoke.
Lemon smoke.
Maybe if you didn't French inhale like a fucking 8th grade girl.
It looks cool.
It doesn't.
Does it?
It doesn't
Not one
look
person
cool.
has ever said that.
I've always thought it looks really weird when you do it.
It's actually very confusing to people. But I can't stop now.
Oh.
15, 16 years in.
Now, this, I just got... who sent these presents?
That was Saratoga Chick. His lovely wife dropped him off this morning.
Oh, nice.
No, you know how for the last couple of years I've been using Dr. Ben Carson for president as my mouse. Look at this one. Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, that's
nice.
great.
And as you know, I've been called the Teddy Roosevelt of radio quite a few times.
You have been.
Yeah. Bully! You imagine that would be your fucking thing that you just yelled out, bully?
Sir, do you think you want to rethink your catchphrase?
Do you think that we should try to bring bully back to replace awesome?
Bully.
Those waves were bully.
Who are you, Teddy Roosevelt?
I don't really understand why. I mean, I guess all of the phrases for cool or awesome are weird.
Yeah.
And it's hard to tell why we've chosen. But why bully? Like, what
bully
is
was a way of saying something is so fucking great, that it's bully. You know how great you feel like when you're bullying a child?
Sure.
Yeah.
Imagine that about other things.
Okay.
So like when you're saying like, let's just bully. But there's no way to do it other than just yell bully.
Right.
You can't even say like, hey man, your shoes are bully. It's just like
can't.
if you like something, it's
Right.
bully.
Okay.
It's like yelling Geronimo. There's no other
So
time.
you can't say like bully shirt, Chris.
No.
You look great.
That'd be insane.
Chris is wearing more of a belly shirt anyway.
But if he walks in the room and I see him for the first time, I can just say bully.
Thank you.
This is a great picture of him too.
It's very good.
What the fuck was happening to him at
His
that time?
teeth are
It
very
just looked like he was just doing whippets.
like so uniform.
Yeah, he
like
did.
so flat.
Same size.
Yeah.
Like a little soldier. Soldier teeth. Teddy Roosevelt soldier teeth. Bully. Trump said my nuclear button is bigger than Tim Young's. Right. Just do it. Let's stop fucking around. Wait, Trump plans to announce awards for the most dishonest, and corrupt media.
Yeah, he tweeted last night, "Stay tuned. I'm going to give out awards." I believe he said Monday, which is a long teaser for this.
Good.
But then
he
he's
needs
going
time to get it together over the weekend.
It's kind of his own comedy awards that he gives out.
The 3 awards are fake news, faker news, and fakest news. Those are the 3 awards.
Well, it just seems like one award, and then you can have first, second, and third.
And there's 3. There's only 3. There's 3 stories that you can vote on. All right. So the 3 stories are: ABC News mistakenly reported that candidate Trump directed Michael Flynn to make contact with Russian officials before the election. CNN mistakenly reported that candidate Donald Trump and his son Donald J. Trump Jr. had access to hacked documents from WikiLeaks. And 3, Time mistakenly reported that President Trump removed a bust of Martin Luther King from the Oval Office.
I like that one best.
Yeah, that's one of my best.
That's my favorite.
I guess they get fakest.
I said that he just rolled it out on the floor. He didn't even carry it out. He just rolled it. So what exactly did Bannon say? And then we'll move off to Trump thing.
All right. Bannon said that Trump has been acting like an 11-year-old child recently. That was one of his statements.
Why would he say that?
But no, today, what he's saying is today, he was talking about that he has information that it's less about collusion, more about money laundering.
Yeah.
And then he also made a statement about Don Jr. that's like, he's going to crack, or we're going to...
He's going to crack under the pressure of the Russia probe.
We'll crack like an egg.
That's the funny part. You got to go for the joke. But the weirdness of this. Now they're saying Jared and Ivanka made a deal she would run for president. What the fuck? I can't even watch the news. I'm thinking about going straight off the news and just being done with it in 2018.
What about fake news?
Fake news and the news are the same thing. It's all fake.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that was a big part of what was just so overwhelming about 2017. Not even just like that there was just so much shit going on, but how much we had of access to it that it just weighs us down all the time.
All right, here's what I'm going to do in 2018. Every time that I want to watch the news, I'll just do a shot of Clooney's vodka or tequila. It's tequila, right? Have you drank it yet?
I've never had it. No.
It's a little expensive for your taste, right?
It's higher end tequila, and I prefer Cuervo.
You shop at a place called Rock Guts. Vito, have you had it? You're a bartender.
No, I have not had the George Clooney.
And no one I've known has ever drank this. And it's sold for $1.3 billion. He sold it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No.
Yeah. He and Cindy Crawford's husband, they both they go down to Cabo. They keep a place there. So there was a place that makes the tequila, and they went over there, and they said, "Look who it is! There's the host of the Today Show."
Oh, there she is
on the phone. So proud of her.
They're throwing a party for her next door. It looks like.
Oh, nice.
Where?
Like right in the studio, right next to us. There's like a bunch of balloons that say
studio?
Hoda. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Look in there to see if she's surprised when she goes in, or did she already know?
Watch her face. Happy face.
She says nothing.
She's screaming in joy.
Oh, yay!
Why don't we ever throw parties for her?
Damn it.
She's looking around saying, "Oh my God."
Who's throwing this party?
Just the EW people, looks like.
Invite her in here and then just say that.
Today Show people.
Just say that mouse pad is for her.
I will. I'll give her the bully pad.
We know you love
it. Just look at this
it.
every day. And that's what I want you to be, bully on the news. So anyway, so Clooney and him, they go over and they say, we want to have our own tequila. And so this place just keeps mixing different tequilas. And then they try it. They came up with like, this is the kind of high we want. We want to make sure that you don't have a hangover with this tequila. And they kept fucking with it over and over and over so they're not making it themselves. They're just,
they're just
and then finally they're like, this is it. This is a great tequila. And then they find a nice bottle for it and they're giving them away. But they were buying so much tequila to give out to friends that they said, look, you've got to turn this into a business. You can't. You're fucking wholesaling stuff. So, boom, they start moving it and it's doing well. But like I said, it's not on every fucking shelf.
No.
And then this big British thing comes in. We'll give you $1.3 billion for this fucking tequila.
Holy shit.
And they said like this, yes. Yeah, I'll sell this for you to you, and it's 1.3 billion. And they go. The police goes like this. Well, we're just going to give you $1 billion, and then we'll give you the other 0.3 over the next 10 years. And they go like this. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
$1 billion now? Yeah, that sounds good.
Just give me the $1 billion now.
So this is my $1 billion here. Nobody touches this. This is mine.
That's great. And how am I going to know, Max? Yeah, because our beeper's going to, because they're going to want us to whack the pilot, okay? So come on, grab a little drink for yourself. We're going to sit here like gentlemen, Los Angeles gentlemen, and watch our DVDs. How excited they were to watch their first class DVDs. Look, don't worry, I'll call the stewardess. She'll know what to do.
It's fun like 100 times.
Yeah, we're going to get it down there. We're going to throw like a LA gangster pool party. It's going to be very, very cool. And you bring some of the babies over with you. So that's the kind of shit we need to do. We need to get a fucking tequila and sell it for $1.3 billion.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say this right now. I'll sell it for $1.1 billion. You take that other fucking 200, put it in your fucking pocket. You deserve it. Put 200 million in your pocket. You got the 775, right, Chris?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's going to get us started on our tequila business for sure.
How about if I just text him right now, said you'd like to take the two of them out to dinner? A nice steak and lobster dinner.
If we want to punk them, sure.
Punk them?
Ew. Have sex with them?
No, punk. Punk them.
Dude, you said pump them.
Ew. No.
What year is this that you're still saying punk?
I thought it's coming back.
It's almost weirder than pump.
That fucking guy's too old to even do a show like that. He's too fucking old to hide. It would hurt. Yeah, I'm done watching the news in fucking 2018. It's over.
Yeah.
Fucking through with it. Through with it.
Like, if you ever get in a conversation with a friend, you're like, can you believe this thing? And you're just like, I can't today. Not today.
I say that all the time to
it's
people.
It's just like, maybe tomorrow we can talk about all the horrors. It's Comedy Award Day.
Yeah, it's Comedy Award Day.
I mean, that's
Peter's
fun.
all dressed up. Unfortunately, he's got fucking spaghetti sauce all in front of it. What's the name of this Steve Bannon book that's going out?
I'll find the name.
And is he at the Hoda party?
No, it doesn't look like he's there. Right now, it's just her. The excitement's died down a little, but she's still enjoying the balloon situation.
Good.
Fire and Fury inside the Trump White House.
Sweet.
It seems like it's going to be a good read.
Yeah. Fire and Fury. Two of my favorite fucking things in the world. I don't even know if I want to go over any of these news stories at all. They all annoy me. Mike Tyson is opening a giant weed farm. I don't want to hear about that. Taylor Swift's new tour isn't selling out.
It's tanking.
I thought that she was the biggest thing ever.
Apparently, not one of her shows was sold out yet.
Bills fans donate $100K to Andy Dalton's charity. That's horrible news. That is a really great, funny, positive thing to do. Is to because Andy Dalton threw this pass, a game he shouldn't even have to care about.
Yeah,
and fucking ruined the Ravens and put the Bills in. The Bills fans went out and donated 100 G's to his charity. That's fucking the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's very sweet.
And in the meantime, the Ravens are crushed. Candy Crush.
Love that app.
Andy Dalton. Did Marv get fired, or what happened there?
He said he was stepping down, and then the last I heard said he was considering not stepping down, but he hasn't been fired yet.
Make up your goddamn mind, Mr. Lewis. I, ladies and gentlemen, have decided to waffle.
What?
I'm waffling back and forth. Like a breakfast bread, the waffle is best served with butter and some syrup. So is this news. I may or may not be retiring. I may be gone, maybe signing on for 4 more years. No one knows. Why? I'm a madman. You see the Jeopardy story, right?
Yes. So this is a question on Jeopardy where they were asking them about I believe the movie or the song Gangsta's Paradise.
Now, a song by Coolio from Dangerous Minds goes back in time to become a 1667 John Milton classic. Nick,
what is Gangster's Paradise Lost?
Yes. Our judges have reevaluated one of your responses a few moments ago, Nick. You said gangsters instead of gangstas on that song by Coolio. So we take 3,200 away from you, so you are now in second place. Lisa, you have the lead.
The fury on Nick's face as it's being taken away from him.
I think he could have a lawsuit against them.
I think saying gangster instead of gangster is totally fine.
No, it's not okay. I got yelled at that once because I said Gangster Nation instead of Gangsta Nation, and they
By
never
who?
My friends in 6th grade when I was the only
Your
white
fucking
kid.
6th grade friends don't fucking figure out this lawsuit.
They're going to be called.
It's going to be a white judge. I'm saying for the thing of you use the word gangster's paradise,
right?
Gangsta isn't a real word. If anything, you could say that it's slang,
right,
or even accent.
It's accent. So, and yes, it is written in those terms.
Said who?
I think it's written in the title as gangsta, but I still think that gangster. We all understand what he was saying.
Yes. And I never would have came up with Gangsta's Paradise Lost. That's fucking brilliant.
I mean, that's really good. They took a lot of money away from him, and Nick's face is like so pissed.
Now, this is the thing. This one everywhere. Did you notice who fucking was the person who tweeted this?
No.
Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah. Roy
It was all Roy Wood Jr. who was Chris's best friend, and then something went wrong between you two.
I don't know what happened because we would text all the time.
Really?
Yeah. He was very warm to me whenever he came in.
Loved you.
Like, all right, Roy Jr. This is great.
What'd you say?
Something went wrong. Something went horribly, horribly wrong.
You must have done something.
I bet he used the word gangster.
You got to be careful with that hard R.
I'm going to tell you right now, I would at least fucking call Salino and Barnes and say, look, I don't like what the fuck is going on here. I think I got a little fat cash coming my way.
Salino and Barnes.
Injury insurance. Here's the thing. I tried to call them one day and then I'm getting a fucking town car set. It's too close.
Were you getting 7s instead of 8s?
I was one off. I go, fuck it, just take me to the airport.
Can you take me to Salino and Barnes?
I love Salino. I fucking hate Barnes. I wish it was Salino and Sons. Injury insurance. Now, do you guys see the guy that looks like Jeffrey Gurian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that you pointed him out to me, I see him all the time.
He's stuck with it. And he and Jeffrey partied together in the old bad days.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I got it. When Jeffrey Gurian was younger, he looked exactly like a comedian who comes here to do the show. I want each of you to write it down.
He looked like...
Tell Jen to write it down, too. A comedian. This is Jeffrey probably 25, 30 years ago.
All right.
I think I have it. So I would go with me last because I'm that confident.
Okay.
All right.
So Lino and Barnes look like Jeffrey Curry. And you guys check on those phone lines, Vito. You can't sit there and finger your own ass.
That's disgusting, Vito, especially at work.
Why? Why is it disgusting?
Always. It's always disgusting.
Not in the shower, it's not. Then it's perfectly okay. Vito, what is your answer?
I went with Ari Shaffir.
Nice one.
Very good.
I said Greg Stone.
Interesting.
Yes.
And my answer, which I believe to be correct, because I have seen pictures of him young, I believe you're going to say Ian Fidance.
One of you is 100% correct.
Ooh.
And that person is Gail Bennington.
Yeah, I knew it.
Solino and Barnes looks like Ian Finance. Yeah, he looked a lot like Ian Finance. Jeffrey came over to the show yesterday, sat there, and then I saw him looking like this. There's a lot of anti-Jew stuff being said. And then the Jews get the blacks to make the Chinese. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Ooh, boo, 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 boo. So let's think of our cover songs. Does it have to be 3 or could it be 2? And is it a fight or just a comparison?
I think that it is. I think we could do 2. I think you can compare original and old, and then sometimes you can do.
Now, when somebody covers a song, do you prefer when they cover it close or go totally in a different direction?
I feel normally like when they do something different with it, I tend to like it more rather than just like you're just doing an impression of that person. You're having the same arrangement. I think you've got to kind of put your own spin on it.
Look, but I will say this, and sit down, Generation New. I don't want to hear another hard rock song covered with a fucking ukulele. I'm done with that. And it's constant in movies.
Yeah, that is true.
Outside there's a boxcar waiting. They was just playing their little ukulele. I heard myself today. Or just take a fucking hard song, have weird children singing it lightly and making it really frightening.
Yeah, that trend I'm done with.
Just little children. Black horse and won't you come?
No, I really dislike that trend, and I think it's overused in trailers even more so than the bong sound.
Boom.
I find the children doing
boom. That's the cyclone snow bomb that's coming. Boom. Chris yells out, "Oh God!" so much on this show.
I get worried.
Do you know that you do that though?
I don't. I didn't realize.
It's really fun. It's one of my favorite things. Oh God!
No.
No.
Bully!
Start using bully, dude.
By the way, I want a hidden vote right now.
Yeah.
Whether I do Ben Carson or Teddy Roosevelt. Because Ben Carson has been here for a while. But you can look at it and it's kind of beat. And, this Teddy Roosevelt's just damn fun. Vito, what did you vote?
I'm going Teddy because I like yelling bully.
Okay.
I'm going straight Carson, old school.
Smart.
And I went, bully!
Bully.
Sorry, Chris. If I would have had the right to vote, I might have went with you. Because of his slogan. We already forget that this was... Does anybody remember Ben Carson's slogan?
No, I don't remember his...
I'm a brain surgeon.
This is what he was writing. It was close. It was close, Chris. Nice try.
Making America healthy again?
See, that would have been actually really good. His was, "It's time to call in the doctor."
Holy shit, how did he not get elected?
I don't know. He was fucking hilarious.
God, he was funny. He really was funny.
That would look so good on red hats.
Was he the one who didn't understand that he was supposed to go out during the. That was like one of the best moments.
It was the most SCTV moment of all time.
He just kept standing there, and like you would see other Republican candidates pass him and just shake their head like, "All right, dude, like if you're gonna keep standing there, that's pretty weird."
I just noticed this too, that the mouth moves very quickly across this because it's not all old and sticky like my Ben Carson. But I don't want my Ben Carson fucking thrown away. So you think Marvin Lewis is out? He's done. Not going to happen.
Done. He's not coming back.
Jason, what do you got for me, buddy?
Hey, with that $3.8 million that Stanley got, for some reason he hasn't downloaded the ESPN app. Marvin Lewis yesterday signed a 2-year extension.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Why are you clapping? You're not even a Bagels fan.
Bully.
Bagels?
Neither am I.
We're all bagel fans.
Big Rod, but it's on a freaking ESPN app. You can just take a Google.
ESPN
Jason,
app sucks.
Pretty good prize closet.
Okay, way to go, Jason.
And Chris, that's docked from your pay.
Jesus.
Jason will be getting a very bully prize.
and Chris, you did say you're not even a bagel fan.
Not even a bagel fan.
All right, I just got a little worked up. Forgot the end.
Bagels are playing the croissants this week. It's pretty exciting.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Wild card weekend.
They're both in the breakfast pastry division. John in Missouri. John.
That's funny. Hey, on cover songs, Blue Child, either Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's a tough one.
It is a fucking tough one. See, this could make a whole show right there. Because I grew up with the Hendrix, by the time Stevie Ray came along, it was a nice, refreshing thing. And I was like, oh, someone else could do it. You know what I mean? Like at the time, I didn't think anybody else could pull that off.
See, initially I was thinking Hendrix, but now that makes me think I need to revisit and have a listen.
Oh, yeah, you'll never do this unless we have a listen.
Yeah.
You know? Now, what about if you did Hendrix All Along the Watchtower versus Dylan's?
Oh, yeah. Very different.
And people forget that Dylan even did that song that we played the Hendrix so much. So he got fucking what I would call kind of cyclone bombed by the Hendrix version. Outside there's a boxcar waiting. That's actually better than the Pixies version.
No, it's not.
I'll take the little anime girl. It's almost like, have you got to the point where you almost hate Here Comes Your Man now, though? Because it's been done so many times?
Yeah.
It's the least,
That one is very
it can happen.
overdone.
They can take a song and beat it down your throat until you hate it.
Which is a shame, because it's a fantastic song, but
I don't think so. It's annoying.
Oh, you're confused.
Yeah, this hat might not make the winner, Chris. I'm taking too much shit for it.
Still?
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
I took some shit yesterday.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm defending Chris's taste on this one. I love
There's
that
some
hat.
people that think that it's too big and too thick. You know what I mean? That it should be a little more nondescript. And this is coming across the, I heard Girl Scout yesterday.
Girl Scout.
Don't listen to them, Ron.
I have to. That's what I'm doing. This is not. That's the whole thing about fashion. Is like, I don't care if I look like a crazy person.
I wear my dick on the outside of my pants. I don't listen to people.
East End Rob wants to talk to you. Go ahead, Rob.
Bring it, Rob.
Hey, Chris, I have to apologize yesterday about this, the weather bomb you've been sending all the alarms about over. It turns out there is going to be a weather bomb, but only if you're headed out to the Flemish Cap to catch fish in George Clooney's boat.
Look, there's going to be a weather bomb.
Were you talking about the Flemish Cap?
Well, first of all, Chris, let's be honest here. You never said weather bomb.
No, because it just got changed. Weather changes all the time.
Because it is. Yes. So your prediction for Saturday, a blizzard and a cold drop with some snow on a Thursday are two different things.
Blizzard-like conditions are part of this weather bomb, so technically I am correct.
No, you wouldn't be correct because it happened on a different day. If you say If you're a weatherman
Yeah.
and you say it's going to rain on Friday, but Thursday will be sunny, and you get those two things confused with each other, you get fucking fired.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
One screw up.
Yeah.
Ron, if Chris was correct, wouldn't Frankie McDonald have been all over this?
Thank you. This fucking Chris is trying to be the next Frankie McDonald just because he's got $775,000.
You already have the books. Why are you trying to take on weather? It's too much for you.
I just want everyone to get their Chinese food and their sodas.
I'll tell you something else. Over the vacation, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I got a call from a drunk Chris Stanley who said to me, 2:00 in the morning, guess what I'm stroking right now?
What? Chris?
Can everyone know what it was that he was stroking? Anybody? Anyone?
I'm guessing his penis?
Yes, that was it.
Oh my God, Chris.
I didn't think you were going to bring that up.
Why would you call your boss and say that?
I thought it would be it'd be fun. Like,
And why would you set it up as a guessing game?
Normally, Chris is very afraid to call me under any circumstances.
Because they're just giving so much bad news via phone over the years. So
I heard from someone, I'm not going to say who, that Chris said, they said to me, did Chris call you? And I said, no. And they said, yeah. He called yesterday wondering if I thought it would be cool to call you. I'm like, he's known me for 10 years.
I don't want to interrupt
you
your
could
vacation.
call just to watch a fucking ball game. What are you trying to read?
I got some live read.
Well, why do you just have it out? What is that about, though? That the bad news you were afraid to give me? Oh, this is all about Dish, right?
Dish.
How do you know it's time to switch to Dish and get hands-free TV with Amazon Alexa? By the way, guess who has this now? Me.
Awesome.
And I'm loving it. You know what I love it for a lot, too? Music. I'll just think of a song, tell Alexa to do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm listening to music. And I do that a lot during commercials. I try to think, is this going to be a 3-minute commercial? I'll think of a 3-minute song. If you've ever settled into your couch and then realized the remote was all the way across the room, I'll just say this. What's a remote? I'm done with them. It's time to switch to Dish. That's because Dish is TV's leader in voice technology.
Now, with Dish, you can use Amazon Alexa to control your Hopper DVR using only your voice. With Dish and Amazon Alexa, you can do things like find your favorite show, search for family movies, or find your team's game in an instant.
Tell Alexa to pause, resume, and rewind live TV and recordings without having to touch the remote. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the new way to watch TV hands-free with Dish and Amazon Alexa. Requires internet-connected Hopper, Joey, or Wally, and any Alexa-enabled Amazon device. For full details, call 1-844-CALL-DISH. Dish, tuned in to you.
This week's segment is presented by Dish, ranked #1 in customer service nationally by J.D. Power and their customers. Dish tuned into you. To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com.
Do you know how I always have somebody exciting to come in here and do Dish with Jen? Well, I forgot in the new year. But at the last moment, I was able to book somebody to make this. So it's very exciting. Sitting in on Dish this week, Vito!
Yeah, Vito! Oh my God!
Vito, thanks for being able to do this last minute.
It's no problem. I just moved some stuff aside.
I got a dish for everybody. That Vito is shave in the new year. And he said to me, if you think my face is smooth, try my balls.
You told him to try your balls?
I think that's a dangerous game that you're playing by shaving your balls.
I didn't shave. I did nair, and I just scrubbed it in.
Oh, that almost seems worse.
That's burning it.
You don't want nair that close to the pee hole.
Felt fine. It was actually rather titillating.
Oh, no. I know you didn't do it. Well, I have not kept up with any of the gossip, so this is all going to be fresh dish to me. What do we have, Jen?
Well, Brad Pitt.
Ooh.
First dish of the year, Brad Pitt.
That's a dish about a dish, if you know what I mean.
Since the Angelina separation, he hasn't really been dating.
Good for him.
But but now he's casually dating and flirting with multiple women, sources have said. And recently, he went on a date with a woman that looked like Kate Bosworth.
Good.
But it was not Kate Bosworth.
Oh, shit.
Sources said that he arrived by motorcycle to this restaurant or bakery.
He's so cool.
And
He took her to a bakery?
It was like a coffee place.
I hope you like bread and coffee.
And she introduced herself as Lydia. And then when he introduced himself, he said, "Hi, I'm William." Then she said, "Oh, you look like a Bradley." And then he smiled and winked at her and said, "Well, that's my middle name."
Well, here's the thing. He's on a date with someone that he has to introduce himself to?
This is a Tinder. What's that celebrity Tinder called?
Raya, I think.
What?
Yeah. Is a Tinder just for...
Why aren't I on
Celebrities
this?
and rich people.
I feel like I should be part of this.
I know.
I've done enough radio.
If you have a verified Twitter account, can you just go ahead and use it anyway?
I think that's how they. Because obviously I've tried.
Alexa, put me on the new celebrity Tinder. Thank you, Alexa. Wow. So he's now got a dating persona. Smart.
Yep.
Hello, I'm William. I didn't know that he could have been Bill Pitt.
Billy Pitt.
Billy. That'd be cute.
Brad that's an odd name.
Brad is kind of actually a bit of a douche's name, I feel.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm Brad.
Yeah. You might as well say, hello, I'm Cunt. Cunt is my father's name. Please call me Poussoir.
Well, Paul Sorvino, he was on TMZ yesterday.
Who is he again? I don't know.
He's a actor.
Actor/model?
He's like actor, producer.
Let me see this fucker.
Oh, he has his daughter's name is Mira.
Oh, yeah. I love him.
Oh, yeah. Mira Sorvino's dad. And he was in Romeo and Juliet. As
Just
a Capulet
like
father.
Romeo and Juliet.
Well, he was on TMZ
Good
leaving
for him.
West Hollywood, and they asked him what he thought about Harvey blackballing his daughter, and he said he better hope that he goes to jail because if we come across, I think he will be lying on the floor somehow. He's gonna go to jail, that son of a bitch, and good for him if he goes because if not, he has to meet me, and I will kill that motherfucker.
I like where that went. Like at first it seemed like a gentleman. Seems like he better hope that he goes to jail. Why? I'll kill the motherfucker. That's right.
I carry 3 guns at all time, and I won't kill him fast. It will be torture. I'll shoot off his toes, his fingers, tear out his eyes, and then finally give him the sweet relief he'll be begging for, a gash across the throat. He's old enough that you just let a guy like that talk to.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
'Cause he's like, he could play Fred Sanford if they wanted to now. A nice suit, though. That's the kind of suit Vito should be wearing.
Yeah. That does seem like a Vito suit.
It's very Italian. It looks like he's standing at the front of a restaurant.
You know, when he makes sauce, he takes a razor and slices the gravy so it liquefies the sort of thing.
Oh, nice.
It's really nice. Paul Sorvino went fucking ape nuts, huh?
I'll kill them.
By the way, Vito, you haven't gotten involved in any of this. That's why I even said your name. You're supposed to be dishing a little bit.
Paul Sorvino's a nice Italian man, and I don't want to get in his bad side. He's
But
threatening
you got
to
to
kill
be first
motherfuckers.
responder to this. You're the celebrity guy. This is how Bobby Kelly became beloved.
You dish it.
How come you don't do stuff like that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep on dishing, bitches.
You don't want to do
offensive.
his act. You want to do it your way.
Actually, it's kind of offensive when he does
No.
it.
Yeah.
Bitch. All women are bitches.
What's up, sluts?
All women are sticky whores.
Hey, my cunts, let's dish.
Spit it up, you Dr. Good Pepper.
I still don't know what that one means.
Dr. Good Pepper.
So, Laura Dern has a new boyfriend.
Love Laura Dern.
Is it Bruce Dern?
No.
Oh, scandalous.
Tishy.
Scandalous.
And it's shocking everybody.
What? Bruce Dern?
No, her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
He is the NBA star Baron Davis. He plays for the Knicks.
B. Diddy.
They were seen showing PDA in LA. He was holding her purse as they were walking down the street kissing.
All right, let me
holding her what now?
They are making a spectacle of themselves.
Yeah.
Dish. That's quite
That's
a
a
dish.
thick beard to
I
kiss.
mean, that's a mouthful of dish.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of a fucking paunch belly there for being an NBA guy. I mean, you're running 5 miles a fucking game. You shouldn't be able to keep a belly like that.
Why do I feel like
That's not a dish. That's a bowl.
She's going to be a fun addition to courtside seats.
All right,
Come on.
Vito.
Oh, that's offensive.
I just
I know
want to see her.
racism when I hear it.
Sick of the racism in this dish.
Oh, she dated Common?
She dated, yeah, for a little bit.
I don't think that's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
That's Laura Dern.
Yeah.
Looks cute.
Well, she had to break it up, date a white guy every once in a while.
Yeah, she has a type.
Apparently short and fat. She's got to be pretty tall to be that close to, you know what I mean?
She is. I think she is a tall drink of water.
Yeah. Oh, look at that knee action.
Oh, that's gross, Vito.
That's just, no, they're on a nice date and he's holding her knee.
What?
That's you think her knee's up here?
That's her vagina.
She's tall. She's tall, so that's where her knee is.
No.
No, man.
What a weirdo.
Offensive. John, I guarantee you this will be the last time I have Vito come in. This is the first big mistake I've made booking Dish.
Doesn't understand anatomy.
Oh my God. Speed it up, you ugly tofek. What's that mean? Who gives a shit? Just say things. Dish.
Well, DJ Khaled,
Oh, boy. Here we go.
he has become the new face of
Trouble.
of Weight Watchers.
Huh?
Really? Yes,
Where is he?
he's the newest spokesperson. And right after they announced that, it says that the shares jumped to 7%. He will be the social
low.
media ambassador of the company.
Social media ambassador. Anyone just running a fucking Twitter account gets paid now.
Yeah, and over on their Snapchat.
Now, can you imagine him if he loses a lot of weight, though? I mean, he's known as a big guy.
Yeah.
He has been skinny before. Like when he first started out, he was like a really thin dude.
This is what I'm loving, Vito. When you come in with that information.
dish
So
bag.
if you Google DJ Khaled skinny,
Oh, is that him right there?
Oh,
That's him elderly.
I prefer fat.
yeah, Fat Khaled's way better.
Yeah, Skinny Khaled has a weird chin strap.
Well, I mean, he still has the chin strap.
Yeah, but it looks better on a larger Khaled.
Oh, boy. You got caught. Vito
looks
caught
like-
you.
You feel it.
He
Looks
got
like
with your
someone
dick
is
out.
the king of dish.
This is him at his best right here. That's what I like. This fucking rope.
Yeah,
skull
that's
rope,
good. I like it.
Pointing at a ring. Check this shit out.
Fucking like this shit.
So Eliza Shlesinger
Oh,
is
boy.
being sued by a man in California. This is up on the iBang for not being allowed access to a girls' night at the Largo Theater and a bunch of parties. He's suing Eliza and the Largo Theater because he says in his court documents that he purchased a ticket to girls' night it was called Girls' Night In with Eliza, no boys allowed, and he purchased it through the Largo website, and that when he arrived to the show in November, he was told that he needs to sit in the back row. He says later that he was asked to leave and offered a refund.
I thought that he wasn't allowed in. I thought that somebody said he wasn't allowed in, which means they would have fucked up. But if they let him, first of all, this is just, if I'm a judge, I'm like, is this what you're really doing?
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about civil rights, this isn't.
I mean,
But he's going to win because California
Right, you
has a very strict fucking policy on this.
Right.
But I'll say this for Eliza. She's probably got at least $775,000 worth of publicity. You know what I mean? Like Chris Stanley amount of publicity she got. So if she has to pay 4 or 5 G's, it's worth it. But I do think she's going to lose this case.
Yeah, probably just, I mean, technically it's not something that's allowed. It's just like one of those things like, did you just purchase this ticket to start shit anyway? Because, like,
I would have said if for women only or whatever. And then if a guy shows up with a ticket, I'd let him in.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Does it ruin something? She's not really telling secrets.
This is a safe space. Get out.
Yeah, that would have been fine if they would have just fucking heckled him.
Get him.
Jizzer, until he ran out of there. But I do think, from a legal point of view, but I don't think it's going to cost her enough money that it hasn't been worth this whole thing.
Right.
Because she's also got big comics coming out to support her, and then, they weren't always supporting her.
I mean, hasn't clubs offering girl night or girl discounts or girls drink free? Isn't that, I mean, don't a lot of places do stuff like that? And if you wanted to go technically, isn't that showing favoritism to one type of person?
Yeah.
Or not?
This, the thing that I read about was based basically on California law.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And these kind of things have come up. And, this wasn't, to protect white guys was never the spirit of this law as it was. But yeah, the girls drink free or girls drink free for the first 2 hours, that probably should be against the law, except for if you just said drink free for 2 hours, it would just be dudes there. The whole point is too many dudes come to this club. We need to get some women.
Yeah. Right.
Or dudes will show up and go, oh, this is a fucking sausage fest, and leave. So
I'll drink free, then leave.
The whole point was just to entice women to come, not keep men out. This thing, you could make the point that it was to keep men out. And Largo should have known more about this than her.
I agree, because that's like, if she comes up with this concept, it's going to be the club's job to go, oh, yeah, we know the rules on stuff like this. This is not
But
allowed.
that also, not knowing the law doesn't free you from the law.
Of course, yeah.
So, but again, I don't think it's going to be enough money. She's got nothing but people on her side and defending her. So it's been a good promotion. From that, you can't take whatever they were going to charge you and get this kind of fucking promotion. Being on TMZ alone is fucking worth a lot of money to you because you're getting TV and a big fucking internet site.
Then you land yourself on Dish.
Dish! We thought we were going to have Vito involved in this Dish.
The girls' night out thing, I think she should be allowed to have a girls' night only party.
Yeah, it isn't up to you whether you think that or not, though. It's what the law says. And the law came up that way because there used to be like whites only parties. You know what I mean?
I'm not in support of whites only parties.
Sounds like you are, Vito.
They're just saying, hey, if how many times have you heard, when is White History Month? Yes, that's the other 11 months. But I can tell you, because I remember being in school, and I'm old enough, I remember when this whole thing started, black kids didn't want to do extra history things. You know what I mean? They were just like, really? Now I got to fucking do a report on this?
You're the one who has to do the report. You're the only black kid here. God damn it.
Fucking kids just want to sit in school until they're allowed out. They don't want to do work.
Not at all. It's a nightmare.
And when I was doing Ant's show yesterday, they were bringing up, like, just every once in a while you have that teacher that really you want to impress, and I'm like, who? I've never had that teacher.
I want to get away from teachers.
I've never had they call me Mr. Bim. No, I've never had that. I've never had a sir with love.
Smoke crack, don't you?
Dish.
Dish it.
Dish.
Well, Rose McGowan announced that she will be doing her own 5-part documentary on E! Called Citizen Rose, and it will follow her as she releases her memoir Brave, and it also follow her while she continues to fight for women in Hollywood, which premieres January 30th at 8.
I think she needs to call this special Boonanas. I don't know whether Harvey did it to her or whether she was always nutty, but she's been pretty fucking nutty.
I mean, she seemed like she was of sound mind and charmed, so I'm going to blame him.
She puts hashtag Rose Army at the end of every single thing she puts
does.
up.
Sometimes not even related to things.
Renez Rose Army.
I know. And
so what? It's her?
Seriously, that's really good.
That's funny. Chris, a joke.
You fucking Chris.
Chris it.
Well, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry,
almost princess.
Yes. They spent Christmas together in Norfolk with his family, and he started up a little stir with her family and, a lot of people, because he told a reporter that his family is a family that she never had. So Meghan's half-brother and sister both spoke out, saying that they're offended by his comment, and that she had an amazing upbringing with her family and her dad. And that was...
Yeah, I heard that there was like some other people in the royal family even saying that. Like he had an aunt who was just like, this is great that she finally has a family. Yeah. She's like, I have a family. I'm just mixed race.
We've all seen pictures of her and her mother together.
You're confused.
But here's the thing. Her family never was royals. It's them running our blood. I would have just, if somebody would have said that about my sister, I would have just let it drop. You know what I mean? Hey, look at these pictures. She got a bike for her birthday.
We might not live in Buckingham Palace, all right?
I don't think anybody meant that to hurt it. You know what I mean? They were just, they're overly excited, and they think since they're royals, they're the center of the universe.
They're struggling over there figuring out how to be appropriate with her. Because remember, there was like some other aunt of his, might have been the same aunt who said this thing, who wore just like a weird, African kind of like almost looked like a blackface pin when she went to meet her. And like everyone was like, hey, it's kind of weird what you just did.
Look, I just think it's good to bring some new blood into that fucking incestuous family. You know, they've been fucking marrying first cousins for the last 2,000 years. I hope that she's able to pull a sword out of a stone. I don't know what it is. I think because I hate the royals, but I don't keep up with this story. But she's fucking adorable.
She's so cute.
I had no idea until this moment.
Thing.
And Chris told me today that red is the color of 2018. I didn't even know it.
That's the color.
But
You've already decided a color?
Yeah. Well, he saw some red chairs that were going into the restaurant downstairs, and I'm like, that's crazy. He goes, no, red is going to be the color of 2018.
Really?
The word's out there. I'm letting everyone know. She'll probably get married in a red dress.
Did she, that would be bad. Did she marry anybody before? Was she?
She was married before.
The famous people?
He was like a businessman.
Scandal.
Mm.
He was cute. He kind of reminds me of Prince Harry a little bit.
Oh, so she has a type.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking douche.
Why is he biting his lip?
He reminds me of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, he reminds me of phone.
I like how I couldn't think of the actor's name, so I just said
he does look like Dumb and Dumber. Were you talking about Dumber, though, more than dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it right away.
She is so cute.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, the story of just going from briefcase model to princess is a beautiful tale.
Yeah, but which way is the best way? I thought she was at the top of her game opening up a briefcase.
And she's leaving the show Suits now, and I'm pretty upset about that. Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do with her character.
Are you not allowed to be on a TV show if you're royal?
I guess she's just like, why go to work if I can just go be a princess? That's a better
That
gig.
doesn't work. That's her pleasure. Now, here's the thing. If I was writing Suits, and chances are pretty good I may be, might be the head writer, I would write her off as marrying a prince.
But see, she's married to one of the main characters from the show, so that's the debacle there.
Not really. People know that it's all fake. They'll be able to go with the joke.
But Vito doesn't. He doesn't know that TV isn't real yet.
I thought she was really with Mike Ross, attorney at law.
Man, do you ever turn that fucking set off?
No, I'm just on that thing 24/7, and I got DVR, so I mean, I'm not missing anything.
You act like it's a big deal that you have a DVR.
Everyone has DVR.
not everybody.
I've never owned a DVR.
Oh, okay.
See,
so
there's
just
idiots
Chris.
like him.
Chris,
Yeah,
you're not
idiots
helping
what?
us when you say that.
It fucking comes in your TV now.
I don't have a TV. I don't have a cable box.
So why you bring
Why even, who cares if you don't have a DVR?
But even like, I know it's been around for a while. So even when I had cable, I didn't have DVR. I didn't want to throw out that extra $10 a month.
Missing out.
Dude, you know how like a lot of the newspapers would let you read for like 18 times and then the 19th start to charge you? It's the beginning of the year. Washington Post says, no, you have to have money. I might have to start paying for the Washington Post.
I know.
They need money. And they're doing journalism. You know what? I've talked myself into it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
I'm going to buy the Washington Post when
Do
I
you
get
have
home
the
today.
Times too?
No, I'm going to have
I have to get that because it just starts to drive me nuts because I use up my articles too fast.
I know, but
And
now
then sometimes I click an article and then I'm not into it, and then I went, I just wasted an article
I
on
do the
that.
same thing. But every time I read the New York Times, I go like this: Times. Just be like Prince. Dish.
This is the last dish.
No. Why the last dish of the new year?
Come on, more
No. 'Cause I know we don't want to talk about Tyson.
Delicious
What, Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to
That
talk
was one of
about
my dishes.
No,
Okay,
I just say stuff like that to be an asshole. Never go by what I say on the air.
So Sophia Richie, she's being sued by a photo agency called Bacharach. She posted seven professional pictures without paying the photo agency anything, and Bacharach went and reached out to her lawyer, and they got her to take down 4 of the photos, but 3 are still up there. Bacharach wants damages and lost profits, which they say is over $1 million.
Yeah, those things get crazy, but you... I've never heard of anything going to case.
Yeah.
If you use somebody's photograph, but I could be wrong.
So
Normally
this
it's
is
just
a pro
a
photo?
cease and desist, yeah.
But it doesn't say sample over it.
Not all of them do. And there are lawyers who just call up photographers and say, hey, I'll do due diligence. I'll keep looking everywhere until I find something. And then sue for you. A lot of times the photographer doesn't even know that he's involved in a suit.
Right.
Man, she's pretty as shit, huh?
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
There was a video of her dancing in her underwear over break while she was dancing to Lionel Richie, her father's song, all night long.
That's kind of not so
That's
good.
really strange.
I'm not comfortable with that.
That part was a little weird. And she was with her boyfriend, Scott Disick.
Oh, I forgot. That's why I know too much about her. It's from Dish, and it's Scott Disick, who always finds himself on Dish.
I think he got him and her an Alec Monopoly painting. They're all together now. I wouldn't even call that underwear. I couldn't be more bored watching this, Chris. Sorry, everybody. Chris got a boring thing where we're supposed to be looking at underwear. All right, what's the Mike Tyson? I want to hear that.
So he's opening a 40-acre weed resort. 20 acres will be dedicated to cultivation facilities that will allow master growers to have maximum control of their environment. He also plans on building a Tyson cultivation school where it will teach growers the best way to produce premium marijuana. It will also have a hydro feed plant and supply store, an extraction facility, an edible factory, and premium glamping, campgrounds and cabins, and an amphitheater.
An amphitheater for what? That's the one that really seems unnecessary.
All this stuff, they don't realize they're making too big a deal out of this. Once it's legal, it's like somebody saying he's opening up a beer farm.
Right.
And you can go there and listen to music. And, yeah, you don't need that. You can fucking get this at a 7-Eleven. A friend of mine was pissed because his edible guys or Candyman didn't come around yesterday.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I'm not telling you how to live, but when you're freaked out because you're not seeing your edible guy.
Yeah. Sometimes people who smoke weed on a daily basis most of the day or a good portion of the day, they get really tense and like cranky and weird when they can't smoke. And then you're like, I thought this was like the chill, but you know, like you think of like potheads as like being chill people.
Yeah, but they have to be on pot to be chill.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing. I smoke weed all day, every day. That's my thing. Every day? Because I got the kind of job that you can smoke weed. And I tell Wookie right now, I'll go, get it bong. Bong a gong. But no, I do like to smoke weed all day, every day. And I'll tell you why. Because I like to be high.
That's the part you like about smoking weed?
Yeah, I like getting high from it. You know? I don't like the smoking so much as the being high. And then, you know, I go get myself a little burrito.
Sure.
It's like when when weed people are like, I really like string cheese. And I'm like, I don't know if you do. I think you're just high on weed.
Is this the real you?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Because they're always like, even like when it comes to what they drink, they're always having some sugary Mountain Dew type drink. It's just something stupid.
Yeah.
Jolt Cola.
You just seem to having a blue drink, you know, and you're like, that's nothing for an adult.
My roommate would always just order cheesy bread from Domino's.
That sounds good, though. Oh, you know what? I just figured out I'm high.
That's probably
why
why.
I felt so good. I don't even know if I feel that way.
But like, that's not sober food at all. Cheesy bread from Domino's, not sober food.
Domino's in general just isn't sober.
It's also, you know, it's very, like, the other night, I was at the stand, and this, just a deep fried plate came, you know, everything was fried on it. And I just look up and 8 people just around it, and they're just fucking housing it. And I'm like, this is the weather doing this.
It does do that. Where your body thinks that it needs to.
You can't, once you get started. So there's like real winter food and real winter desires for cheesy grease.
Yeah.
Deep fried cheesy grease.
Yeah. I need this for my body.
And you're just fucking, I was looking, everyone was just housing it.
So good and warm.
I think there's a thing to put this greasy fuel in your.
Right.
But this winter, and it's early in the winter to feel this way, is already really drowsy and stony feeling.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just because of the intensity of the cold right now.
Yeah.
And the way it's hitting everyone, but it does feel like deep winter, deep, dark winter.
I went home last night, slept, woke up in kind of the middle of the night for a few hours, watching really bad movies, and then slept again. So it's been like 3 days in my mind since I saw you guys. I'm living like, I think, the kind of life that an astronaut in a space station is having, where it doesn't matter whether it's daytime or nighttime, you know?
You're going on moonrise right now.
Yeah. But I don't know, is there foods that you eat in the winter that you don't eat any other time?
In the summer, I will not get near any kind of soup, stew, or broth situation. And I do not at all eat oatmeal, but I eat oatmeal a lot in the winter, in the mornings. But I would never think to just like make a bowl of oatmeal in the summer. Wouldn't even occur to me. It actually sounds kind of gross to me. But in the winter, it's like I crave it. Like I wake up and I'm like, this is the only thing that's going to make me feel better.
Yeah. I like pad thai in the winter.
What?
Yeah, I really like pad thai when it's cold out.
Pad thai is fine for any season.
Yeah, but I just really like it in the winter. In the summer.
Is that the thick noodle?
That's
it's Thai. Yeah, it's like Thai, so it's like.
I just like it in the winter. I don't know what it is, but in the winter I really enjoy it.
I'm just Googling a picture of pad thai.
All right, that noodle isn't as fat as I thought it was going to be.
That's shrimp pad thai. I'm talking steak pad thai.
Steak.
Chris, you got the wrong kind of pad thai. I mean,
You know
I
he
want to
likes
see what he's
steak.
going after.
Man, I'm always chicken pad thai. I feel like steak pad thai is
kind
like
of a thick noodle,
Yeah.
It's pretty thick. And they have like a peanut sauce.
You are perhaps thinking of a pad CU, which is an even thicker.
Yeah, I probably am.
Pad CU.
It's the word to pad that lays me out like that.
Now look at the thickness of these babies.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. It gets a little too thick for me. It's like swallowing a snake.
Got any good Thai places near here? I'm getting.
There's Pongvrith. There's
What?
the place a few blocks away. Pongvrith.
What does he say?
Pong.
What the fuck? You're falling apart, Veets.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I've been there. Like
Pongvrith.
But why do you even need to say it? Why?
Now it's a
why
challenge.
did you paint yourself into a corner that only you care? You can say the correct name. I'm not going to know it. But now you're starting to look it up.
Never.
We don't care.
No one gives a fuck.
I'm just trying to get my pad CU on.
I think we need to take a break here, kids.
This week's segment is presented by Dish, ranked #1 in customer service nationally by J.D. Power and their customers. Dish tuned into you. To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com.
We'll be right back, Bennington. Chris, why don't you plug this thing that I'm going to be doing in Connecticut with Mr. Rich Voss?
That's going to be a night of Rich Voss and friends at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. A night of headliners. That's go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. That's February 9th, 8 p.m. with Ron Bennington, Jim Florentine, and Rich Voss. Rich Voss and friends.
Nice.
That information was all over the place.
Go to.
ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. February 9th, 8 p.m.
That's going to be a great show with 3 super funny guys.
Yeah, I think I come in third in that one. I don't mind. I don't mind coming in third if the show wins.
3 best friends that anyone could have.
That's us. We're the 3 best friends. I'm trying to get it's like, those hard things. I'm trying to get it for the third one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Got the third, and I want to be the middle one. So
Yeah.
that everybody can,
Click into you. This way you'll never forget your friendship.
I got to do something with Anthony today because he has put up a wall. He is not acting like his mom's death affects him at all.
Are you gonna try to break in?
I tried to say it wasn't his fault. Because I saw a movie, and if you say it's not your fault, the person starts crying.
Like at first he's gonna be like, yeah, I know, whatever. It's not my fault. And then if you just keep repeating,
He goes,
I know.
It's no big thing. It happens to everybody. It's your mom. Yeah. Sure. Well, my sister's dealing with it. I go, because she is a person. Sad.
Yeah.
Grief is sad.
It is really
Everybody-
hard, and it's so hard to, either let it in or shake it off. Whatever it is, it's gonna grab you.
Yes, whatever
fully.
you're doing, we want to change your mood with it.
That is true.
We want to just make you act totally the opposite way than you're acting right now.
I love that thing that you said. It's stayed with me, where you said a therapist, or if you go see someone, if you come in a bad mood, then they're going to try to alter the way you think. But they do the same if you come in feeling positive. If you come in going, actually, today was a good day. Everything went pretty well. I feel like I'm on the right path with this. My relationship is good. And then they're like, is it? It's like they still just have to shift you, even if you're in a good place.
You know who else does that? A wife. But I'll say this. Just think of the word therapist. The rapist. Enough said. The clues are right there, my friends. You hear that? Starting a clues club. Jeff and Buffalo. Jeff.
Hey, Ron, talking about the ukulele covers.
Yeah.
How about the new metal groups that used to do an over-the-top version where they'd rock out an easy listening song covers?
Yeah.
How about the new metal groups that used to do an over-the-top version where they'd rock out an easy listening song?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I kind of feel like that got started in the 90s with ska bands.
Yeah.
Get down, you're well done with a smile. You're like, why are you even covering this? And then What is the band that covered Bad Company? The song Bad Company is like Five Finger Death Punch or whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's just like Bad Company. And you're just like, okay.
It's not that bad. Company.
This is some fucking nice Bad Company.
Yeah, I think Disturbed did the Sound of Silence.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't like
Terrible.
it.
You don't need it. I don't want to Stephen do this show that we talked about doing.
Oh, this is different.
Yeah. This is a show that if we did it, we should get it on volume, but Chris still has a bad relationship. And then I got a very nice thing sent to us from the volume people.
Nice.
About the shows. And we've got, we need a communicator. We were just talking about this, whether, it was supposed to be Vito. But Vito, are you over there?
He is.
What happened to your social game? You were going to be a social game guy.
I don't know. I try to keep a social game going, but it's hard with some people who work here.
Why?
Some people are not good communicators.
Are you one of those people?
No, I really try. I reach out to people, I email people, but I go try to find people.
I'm going to tell you the truth. No one's made a friend on email. Do not email. Stop by people. See them.
Mm-hmm.
And stop by times when you just don't want stuff. Okay. You know what I mean?
Like stop by with like some like snacks.
Like
or
if you seen Steve
tip.
Leeds this year.
I have not seen him this year.
That's something you should be on.
Okay.
I saw a thing about a guy that was hit by a cab and killed on the Upper West Side, and he had co-created the show Unplugged. And immediately I go, I bet Leeds worked with him because Leeds used to be at MTV. The fucking heartbreaking story.
It's really sad.
But I'm like, Unplugged follows you that long. It's got to be kind of nice to have one project that people remember.
Unplugged was great.
I don't think people bring up any of my shows.
I think they'll bring them all up.
I think they're going to go like this. Some guy died.
No.
It'll be like, but there
that was
he goes.
the gentler
God.
version.
No.
God.
Shit. But you're not a communicator, Chris. I got to get Vito on this. This should be Vito time. It's this or you're out, Vito. I want you to know. I don't want you to feel pressure, but you got to become communication guy, not communication breakdown.
All right, I'm going to start making visits to people. Bring snacks, like Gail said.
What kind of snacks?
Thai food. I'm going to order Thai food. And
That's not a snack.
That isn't a snack.
What do you get, a spoonful of
a lot of
that?
people don't like spicy. Okay. They're going to be like that guy from Bennington gave me heartburn.
I'll order one of those like boxes of chocolates kids sell, and instead of selling it, I'll just go give it to them.
Do yourself a favor and don't say chocolates.
That's not a good communicator. It's like the nice.
You don't want to make people
chocolate.
fat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You want to have something nice, like a mixed nuts type thing. He's going to bring up a Slim Fast.
We're going to be insulted by that.
Hey, fatty, I want you to enjoy this. Maybe you lose some weight.
Also, that's not something you share. You're like, you want a sip of my Slim Fast?
No, everybody gets a container of Slim Fast. Happy New Year, new you.
I feel like I might have led you astray with just breaking up snacks. I mean, maybe you should find something else. Because it seems like.
Why don't you just take bubble gum wherever you go? Why don't you just be a person and not fucking depend upon your president? You know what I mean? Like
you're not running for school president.
Like the people that I like to see here, I go, "Did you bring me anything?"
But that first one, then I'll be Bazooka Joe guy.
Why are you trying to do selfies with everybody?
You need to be Bennington guy, and not Bazooka Joe.
You're selling the wrong thing, man.
That's the gum
You're selling the fuck.
I'm gonna go. We have this great guest. We love. What about Bennington? No, they're more into gums and stuff.
If there's an old baseball third base coach, we'll bring him in. But we gotta have somebody who likes gum as much as them.
But the gum wrappers would say Bennington on them, and it would have my number, my email.
Sounding
You have real friends, right?
I do have real friends.
Do you hand them cards with your fucking name on it? No. Just be friendly with people. That's all I'm fucking talking about, man.
Right, so
Just be a fucking friendly guy.
I'm going to roll up there and be like, hey, guys, it's me, Vito.
And we're not even promoting this headliner show that we're doing, right? That's all being done off the fucking...
Yeah.
I'm talking to Vito now, Chris.
That's true.
See, you fucking put that thing in his head. I wanted to see what he thought. Huh. I'm wondering about this now.
I didn't mean to
Really? Because now you've taken it over to you, and this was all Vito's time.
I didn't mean to take anything away.
But here we are. Even by you saying that, that's where we are. I mean, what we're having Vito do is your job. You know, this is the thing that the executive producer would be doing. No, anyway, let's get back to you, Vito.
Okay.
You're not doing any of this shit. You turned out to be too nuts with it.
Okay.
You're out of your fucking mind. If anything, you're going to be one of those people like a school shooter that they put on fuck. Like, how come no one saw this happening?
I'm not a school shooter.
Yet.
I'm never going to be like that. None of the warning signs are here.
Oh, they're all there. The gum thing. The fucking putting the name Bennington on gum. That's a fucking maniac role.
Also, all of them were bearded and then freshly shaved.
No, that's not even true.
100% of the time. It's a big warning sign.
You haven't dated in years. That's a fucking warning sign.
That's one for sure.
I like my lonesome.
That's a warning sign.
No, that's just how I like to be.
That's a loner.
Lives alone but lives with his mom. Like doesn't have.
Don't bring Leslie into this.
I'm just saying.
Dude, a fucking house is not a home. That's what she's saying. Yeah, a chair is still a chair.
Okay.
Even if there's no one sitting there. But a chair is not a house, and a house is not a home.
I think I'm following.
It's easy to follow. A chair is not a chair. Even why? Of all the times that you run to the thing, how come you're not grabbing Luther Vandross for us right now? This might be the best song of all time. Who wrote it, Vito? House is not a home.
Paul Williams.
That's a nice guess, but no. Burt Bacharach. With who writing the lyrics? That wrote most of the Burt Bacharach lyrics. How do you not know this?
I don't know who wrote.
Hal Blaine? Do you work in radio or not? What are you doing, Chris? Let's go. You know, Luther told this story. He was one of the first people who talked about like how food made him sad and he ate too much. And then he told this thing, I think it was on Oprah, about he found out he didn't have any bread and he made a burger and just put it between two donuts. And people are still doing that, like for fun eating. And it was like his
burger
bottom
donut,
out.
yeah.
But he was the inventor of the burger donut. You got it all down?
Yeah, I got it all down here.
I don't know any other Burt Bacharach.
Do you know some of the greatest songs?
See, I'm one of those people. I didn't realize he's written so much. I primarily knew him as a performer and not a writer.
He's never really performed.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever heard the way he sings? He's like, he's very fucking not a great singer. That's why he has other people sing his songs.
Chris is just going off of Austin Powers.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, baby. I love that movie.
You don't know I say a little prayer?
I didn't know he wrote that. That's an amazing song. I didn't know he wrote it.
One less bell to answer.
Again, I didn't know.
Again.
Again.
You know what, Chris? Let's just let you talk about whatever you want. You just say it. I'll give one word weird answers.
I just wasn't up on.
Yeah,
Burt
we're already
Bacharach.
done with that.
Okay.
We know how dumb you are when it comes to Burt Bacharach. And we all get it. Fucking Vito nailed it. You just know him from that fucking double deck bus thing. Man, this fucking Trump banning stuff is blowing up big. Every day is something fucking annoying them, right?
Yeah.
Every day. And let's just have the nuke war with fucking North Korea. I don't want to keep moving like this.
He was really pushing for it last night.
I mean, at worst, we'll lose the West Coast.
Oh, Chris, that's not in good taste. Oh, Chris.
What would you like to talk about, Christopher?
Well, over the break, I read the cat person story.
Oh, last person in.
I know, and then it also came out that she got a 7-figure deal for a book of short stories.
Mm-hmm.
I felt everyone was a little rough on. I believe Robert was that guy's name.
Who's everyone?
I think the people like as the story went viral. I think they were really criticizing Robert. I mean, I think he did one bad thing, calling her spoiler alert, calling her a whore at the end.
Look, I don't think it comes down to any one thing like you're talking about. It would be the tonality of the story and what that brings up in.
Right. The idea is not that he is a total villain and she is a total victim, but the
It's
idea
about the way men and women treat each other.
it's about and it's also about the pressure that women feel sometimes when they get themselves into a situation where they're like they could have sex with someone and then they're afraid to back out for that very thing because they don't want to be treated like, oh, you toyed around with me and you fucked around with me and now you're going to turn around and then you sleep with them and then in turn they're just going to call you a whore anyway. That's kind of the point.
Well, I didn't get that.
What did you get from it? He's a nice fella.
Here's always another interesting part. The fact that you have it written from her point of view, more or less, right? Even though it's not first person, it's still her point of view. But then you see men who can't identify with a female character. So they go, oh, you're being fucking hard on the other, people are hard on the other guy.
Right.
Meaning he could not put himself in her position. Have you read it yet, Vito?
I never read Cat Person.
You can listen to it. She does a reading of it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to check it out tonight.
So you don't have to go through your own.
You don't like to see words.
Yeah.
It's a lot of words jumbled up in one place. Too many words.
He has bad eyes.
But I was talking about this with Bonnie. Bonnie had read it. And she's like, I don't know why everyone's acting. I think it's pretty good. I'm like, your writing is way better than that. Like, give Bonnie a 7 fucking figure deal.
I think the thing that is also, some people step back and went, oh, it's not like exceptional. But that's kind of the thing about the story. It's like, it's something that happens a lot, yet it's not something that's discussed.
This is how stupid I am. When I started to read it, I'm like, God. Young people are so bad at dating and sex. Like, I had no idea
that was the point.
Awkwardness was the point, and that I don't. It's very hard for me. Like, do you ever see like somebody will act like, "Oh, I don't want to go to a party because I'll feel like I don't have anyone to talk to,"
right?
And I've never had that feeling in my life. I never can identify with. Today was a good day. Somebody at work said hi to me. I don't give a fuck either way, So that's always difficult. So when you see both these people are awkward, and what I would call the Chris person, the person that Chris was identifying with, the fat guy who had his own weird thing.
Yeah, kind of pushed a very young woman into a situation.
Now there's a listener that I put his face with that character. You know what I mean? Somebody who comes at different things that we do. And I think there's a weird kind of social life that doesn't exist where you can be social online or social about there'll be people like, oh, I have my Star Wars friends online and my wrestling friends online or my movie friends. And they're feeling like they're having a social life, but you can see years went by on this guy, and he didn't know how to interact with a woman. And like people were saying to me, like, why didn't he just go get some? I go, this guy hadn't gotten laid in years before this. You have to read into that this thing was much bigger because we're just in her head. We don't realize how big this was in this guy's head,
right? And
we expect because he's older that he would have done better at it. But that's not necessarily true anymore.
And that, that despite the fact that they had like some text and, like a date that kind of led up to it, still for the most part, it still has most of the makings of a one night stand in the way that they like kind of courted a little bit, but not really saw each other. Then they went on a date, had sex. It wasn't a great experience. And then that was the end. And then he took that thing to another level. Like he's like, I thought this was going to continue, and I'm upset that it didn't continue. I mean, everyone gets disappointed if, like, the thing that you're like, oh, I thought this person was going to work out, and it didn't work out. But it's that he was obsessive, he had jealousy issues, and then resentful of her.
But see, I would say this. It's because they started by texting, they were filling in fucking blanks, right? So that made him go to a weird place. And she went to a weird place. She thought that he was a much better dude.
Right.
Even though she had met him, she thought that he was much more interesting and all that. And there were plenty of times for her to Like she pushed to go back to the house. She even pushed to have sex, and then it's like, oh, this,
right?
That was odd.
Well, that's another thing is that like it's one of those things that it's not the same as rape, or it's not the same as being pushed into something, but it is that thing that women, when you take it to the edge, there's this feeling that you can't go back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can't just like see a guy, go home with him, be about to have sex, because there's always this thing of like, is this going to either one, become aggressive, or two, hurt him really badly, which is really her assumption at one point, that she's like, I don't think that I have the type of grace and tact to get myself out of this situation.
Right.
So we're just going to have to go up and over this incredibly uncomfortable hill. And maybe we can just stop seeing each other after that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like just a social occurrence, something that happens between men and women that it's just like, it's so uncomfortable and hard to discuss.
In this case, it was nothing that he had done. Like if you would have went to the police and said,
right, exactly,
I couldn't get out of this because of society. No, I'm sorry, dude.
Right. Yeah.
You got nothing there. But we also did, when you said the sex was bad, we never get into his thoughts.
Right.
Purposefully, I assume. At no point. And if you even look at the sex, he seemed like he went right through a porn shoot.
Right.
You know what I mean? The way he changed things. Like if you watch any porn at all, it's paint by numbers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there was much to feel uncomfortable about modern life. You know what I mean?
agree. Across the board.
And Chris, why do you identify with the guy?
Oh, well, I found like when he had a bottle of whiskey on his desk in his bedroom. I thought that was that's an odd like detail that she had put into it.
You said that you thought people were too hard on him.
Yeah, I think people were too hard on him.
About what, Chris?
I think because they would call him like a total creep weirdo, but he was just a fucking awkward dude. That's all.
But he's not just an awkward dude if he obsessively goes to the bar that he knows that her college bar, sees her with a guy, obsessively texts her and calls her a whore when she just once made the mistake of going on a date with him and having sex with her.
And not ending it properly.
Yeah, that's not just like, oh, he's an awkward dude. I mean, it's not awkwardness that made him call her a whore, right?
No, but I don't agree that the whore thing was fucked up. I don't think. I mean, I get it happens. I've heard of people doing it. I would never fucking do it. But I think that I said that was the one.
You're not on trial here, by the way.
I'm fucking saying that like he's the one. That's the one thing I didn't fucking agree with him on. I thought that was just a fucking crazy fucking thing.
But you did agree with him
showing up at her bar after he said, this is done, and he's watching her with her friends. That's when, if you're a friend of hers, you go over and go, dude. You know what I mean? I got my fucking eye on you. You know what I mean?
And it's a college bar, like on her campus. It was like a specific thing. He's not in college. He's an older guy.
Yes.
He's like a guy in his mid-30s, and she's like a 20-year-old girl.
I think by the time it ended, he was showing bad behavior. Now, it doesn't mean that people don't show bad behavior, and they're not dangerous. Everybody's had a breakup
absolutely.
Where you say this is over, and then you text or call.
And there's even embarrassment for her because there's assumptions that are put into women's head about men. Like she has like several different moments where she feels like, I'm afraid of being physically in danger or being murdered or something because I don't really know this guy. And then later she's just like almost feels embarrassed about thinking those things. Yeah. So like the point of it is not like he's a monster, because there's several points in the story where she goes, I don't know this person. Is he a monster? And he wasn't. He was just vulnerable, and it wasn't a good match, and it was uncomfortable. I thought actually there were like the one moment that was like really pretty exceptional writing was like when she started to imagine that there would be this guy in her future that she could be like, and how horrible is this story? And it was a really heartbreaking thing where she goes, and that will never happen because that guy will never exist. There's no guy on earth that you would be able to be like, so it was the worst sex ever, and it was so crazy. And that said something lonely about the heterosexual connection, that men and women are so different for both men and women. I'm sure men think all the time, God, it's heartbreaking. I come home to my wife and there's things about my life that I could never express to her because I don't think that she'll understand. And women have that same thing with men. I
don't think they understand how difficult it is in Madden to take a team and turn it around and make a run. You know what I mean? Make a real fucking run for it.
I'll give you that.
And I'm playing with the Cincinnati Bagels here, okay? And now, I don't think we're going to win this thing, but we're in the first round of the playoffs, and that didn't even happen in real life. But, all right, so you're saying when... and by the way, I thought she was incredibly mean when she was discussing with her future.
It was very mean.
How pathetic. But you're saying there would be, if you tried that, the guy would just be like, well, maybe if you weren't such a whore, you wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't exist. And for the same reason that there are probably things like, I don't know, maybe a man has an experience with an ex-girlfriend from years ago and he wishes he could explain what that relationship was like or something that he learned from that. And he goes, well, I guess I can never discuss that with my wife or my current girlfriend because that could create jealousy. It's just kind of lonely being so different from our partners sometimes.
Yeah. Did you guys see that movie about Billie Jean King? It's on Netflix now.
I just watched it last night with Steve Carell.
It's way better than it should be.
Really?
Way better. And the part of it that I find amazing is that Billie Jean is married, blah, 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 and an athlete. But you see her looking at women.
Really?
In a way that she can't even express herself. Right? And I'm like, this fucking little movie should not have scenes this fucking strong in it.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, well, it's available. Well, it's on demand. Chris won't be able to get it. He's never had any of
What's
that.
it like?
Ted, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the importance of the cats. That was kind of went over my head, and I don't really because.
Well, she never saw the cats. So I think the fact for me, right, that there was much about this guy that we didn't know,
right,
and whether he had cats or not was part of it. Because we're reading this story. She goes, I'm not seeing any cats. I wonder if he made that up. It would be easy enough just pop in this guy's head for a second to have him think, well, I have my cats at my neighbor's because they stink, whatever. I think a lot of it was we were forced in her position of not knowing all the facts.
And it was also another thing like that assumption, like that. Is this a dangerous situation? Do I know this person? Do I not know this person? And she's like, am I crazy to think that he would just sit here and make up cats because he knows I like cats and he was trying to relate to me?
Yeah.
Or does he have cats and I'm prejudging this person and I'm creating this whole thing in my mind? I think that's what it had to do with, but I would agree that was a little bit more cryptic.
Well, when, thanks, Ted. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Yeah, buddies.
When Fez had decided, that yes, he's out, and what he really likes is twinks, right? And I was like, go on fucking Grindr, grab a twink, go to his house, blow, easy. And he was like, I don't want one of them to hurt me. Now that was fucking weird to me because in my entire life, I've never thought of a date as a dangerous thing. I never thought, I hope. I've seen Basic Instinct. I know it can turn bad. But it never is ever in my mind.
Is this woman going to physically hurt me?
But then I found myself, and of course what Fez was realizing what every woman understands.
Yeah.
It could, you're dating somebody that could beat you up or worse, kill you. But then that had me thinking, isn't it weird to be attracted to something that could hurt you?
Yeah, it is weird.
And then I think of, well, heroin. You're going to actually say, man, I hope this is nice and I don't die.
Right.
And you still do it.
Right. A lot of attraction has like a little bit of danger mixed into it.
But men don't have the experience that women or gay guys have of I hope my date doesn't choke me until I'm dead.
Yeah, it is.
And that wasn't the main part of this story, but it was certainly in it.
It certainly came up a couple times.
And it's the reason why she went through with. I think what Chris doesn't identify with here is you're about the age of the dude, and the girl is 20, and you have to know that girl is not. All her decision making hasn't been perfected yet.
I mean, think about, she wasn't even able to muster the strength to kind of call off a future date with him. It was a very childish way. Her friend grabbed her phone and her friend did it. And then she was like, well, at least it's done. No adult woman would be happy with that circumstance. And and adult women don't really behave that way. I mean, that's also the problem with dating, people who were just technically children 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So like is not at a maturity level. And to be honest, he's not at a maturity level that makes sense for his age either, which is very often what ends up happening when you see a guy dating some girl who's like way younger than him. A girl who's like, college age or high school age. And you're like, what's going on there? And it's like, sometimes it's not only a physical attraction, but it's like they can't relate to someone their own age sometimes.
Yeah, they don't want to be with somebody who has like accomplished more in terms of maturity. Right. It just reminds them. Or, a lot of us get stuck into, hey, that's the perfect age to be.
Right.
I'm still partying. I'm still out there. I'm still going. Right. I'm still going to ball games.
If I'm dating someone that age, then I'm still that age, kind of.
When a lot of times, like friends that I share sports teams with will bring up stuff to me that I go, oh, you're still into it the way we were when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that hung up. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not the same kind of devastation I could have from a loss when I was younger. And it doesn't mean that I'm even right. That some of that stuff wears down.
Yeah.
Or, like, if somebody starts to, there's no way we're not going to see the Pixies this year. You're like, well, maybe. You know what I mean? If I find out the whole room has seats, I don't want to stand all night. Isn't that funny how like that wouldn't have dawned on you, but now you're like, oh yeah, but if I go to that place, you're standing all night.
I think about that. I think about like, oh my God, it's like, it's cold. I'm going to have my coat with me. If I stand, am I going to have to hold my, you know what? I'm not going to go. I'm just not going to go. Like that kind of stuff does not happen when you're in your early 20s.
But Chris, you saying that he wasn't a bad guy, I think if there was somebody that Jen had this same experience with, I think we would say to the dude, hey, we're Jen's friends and we want you to calm down.
Yeah. And you don't
You don't mean you have to go there and beat his ass, right? But you have to let him know this is in the light.
Right. And you don't text my friend 50 times in a row and then call her a whore just because she doesn't want to sleep with you anymore. That would be maybe why people think he's an asshole.
Are you fucking him right now? Is this going on? No, that's weird. And every guy's probably done some variation of that.
True, yeah.
Like I feel like I haven't, but I'm sure somebody could call me up and go, "Oh, dude, remember you were a little fucking."
Well, jealousy is like a crazy thing.
It's the worst thing.
It's like of all the negative emotions, I feel like jealousy has the deepest, like darkest pit to them. That just like the true darkest part of yourself is probably rooted in jealousy.
Hey Sarah, what's up?
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
So I need to preface this because the two people I've read it to, one of them were both kind of like, I think this is a little too heavy. But I wrote this kind of like embodying, like, I've had a lot of trauma in my life and I've been raped. And so when the Me Too movement started, I got absolutely enthralled politically, emotionally, and I wrote this kind of scathing remark about women's experiences in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's completely applicatory to what you're talking about, but there's many things in here that are. And so if you want to hear a scathing, it's also in response to everybody, the liberals complaining, why are white women voting against their best interest? So it's kind of an explanation, a viewpoint of an explanation of why.
Yeah, I think I'm in the mood to hear this. Mm-hmm. It's not too long, is it?
But you have to let me read one of my short, nice things afterwards, because this is ferocious.
I have to, I'm concerned about the listeners. Are they going to be stuck into this for a while, or does it go on for an hour?
Well, it's not going to go on for an hour. It's probably like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go fast.
No, let's rock it.
All right. So how can white women vote for these rapists, molesters, and pedophiles? Well, one of the reasons white slave owners rape black women is rape is a sadistic, violent act of cruelty, dominance, and control. White women had already become so controlled, conditioned by generations of white men traumatizing, dominating, violating, raping by husbands, fathers, brothers, uncles, teachers, preachers, any man or men finding a woman or a girl alone. Pathetic fucks think it's power. Well, my lovely fucktards, do you get it, Wit? Yet white women are only voting what they know. Technically, they don't even know. Why, you ask? Well, societal institutional memory. Centuries of complete destruction of the female bodies, minds, and souls. Patriarchal, eternal, violent vaginal oppression. EVVO, if you will, or PVVO. Patriarchy's violent vaginal oppression. My claimed opinion, bitches. As we pass cultural, ethnic, regional, family traditions, grandma's blueberry pie recipe, for example, well, my lovely fucktards, dominance, oppression, trauma, violence, and rape is happening to women, our daughters, our mothers, our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, going on and on, all the way back to patriarchal caveman days, to Grandma Thagina. It's in our cellular memory. Believe me, I believe the Me Too movement is our chance at an evolutionary shift. Maybe we should call it evolution too. Make no mistake about it. To change systematic, even cellular memory, we're going to have to go deeper. Scream it out and hold this ground. Decree truth and divine right for justice. This is just the preface. Beginning. Get ready. We as women have thousands of years of traumatic oppression, vaginal violence. Remember and hold on to creation's blueprint for women. We are hunters, gatherers, warriors, healers, mothers, and all-encompassing lovers, givers of life. This is our nature. Fed up witches unite. Our indoctrination of violence and rape. 1 in 4 women are raped. Women in every aspect of life are forced and even unaware how deep this goes, not to be raped. What we wear, what we say, knowing that even where we go and who we're with is potentially dangerous. Even in our homes, even in our beds, it's in our fucking heads. Even sexual preferences, fetishes, etc., sexual sadism, masochism, violent sex has gone so far now that women play these games out in the open. A feeble attempt to have control by choosing it. What's your safe word, my sweet, brainwashed, self-abusing, traumatized condition? Do you like it or do you know it and have little or no choices? Our culture's advertising half-naked women on TV with men on their couches, drooling, lurching. To me is adro-molesting, a violation and continued conditioning. It's fucking everywhere. Let me ask, how do you feel? How much of the following do you experience? What you say, what you wear? Are you in control? Really? How can we even know for sure? We are traumatized. We have been gonotynomized. Are you a frigid bitch who just needs to get it good, or a slut who's asking for it? How many times have you reverted into the demure, giggling slut just to escape that day, escaping a rape for a day? The most desirable by lecherous, evil, left-festering men, the virgin, innocent and uncorrupted. Why do you ask? Well, what kind of female could be more destroyed, horrified, injured, terrified? The virgin. You got it. Much of this disgusting evil, I can't believe. The rape of the slave was rape of the virgin. Look at your life. Look at everything in our society and fucking scream. Scream to eternity for eternity. Scream. Scream, fight, baby. We've just named it. Me Too. Take a breath. We've got a really long shit-fuck-filled road ahead of us, but it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Rejoice. This is our party. We have to know that we don't even know today what's coming, the awakening that's coming. It may take a long time to get woke as fuck. I wish I could make the rules. For 20 years, I've been cursing evolution, that fickle, brainwashed bitch. I pray in hours of meditation, visualizing, and trying to manifest the evolutionary solution to this misogynistic gang, retractable vaginal fangs. Oh, yeah, scream, fight, create our name, woman, and live now and forever, every day, like you have your very own retractable vaginal fangs.
Well, I could have used a little more passion, Sarah, but...
Fed Up Witches Unite. I love it, Sarah.
But now you have to let me read one nice thing. Because I was very angry when I
only have
wrote
like a minute left in the show.
Oh. So I've decided what my mission is. I am going to be the ascension into transticulation. I am this forever. Humans might say I'm unhinged, but baby, I don't even see a door. I will lovingly accelerate eternity. I will also resonate, accentuate, transfigurate, accentuate frequencies to all of creation. So that to you, my yum heads, done with your own earth heads, streaming in from cosmic heights, fire eternity, I will resonate with my delight for my divine tickle fight, giggling with giggles, silly and free, until there's just a little omnipotent cosmic expansive pee.
All right, thank you, my friend.
And I need you to give Crazy Jen my number.
All right, I'll do that.
I would love to get these guys together.
Yeah,
take care, Sarah.
Yeah, that could get pretty explosive. I'm going to go over and do the exact opposite show now with Anthony because it's 2018 and it seems like war is the only answer.
It's the only way.
You got something to read, Chris?
Ron will be part of a night of headliners featuring Rich Voss and friends at Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. That's February 9th at 8 p.m. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets.
All right, that's it for us. A lot of people wanted to comment on that. A lot of dudes wanted to comment, but we're at the end of the show. That's it. We'll see you again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!